What's up, everybody? This is Chauncey, and today we are reviewing Everybody Can't Go by Benny the Butcher. New album, super excited about it. Produced by Alchemist and Hit Boy. Alchemist has done work on Tana Talk 3, Tana Talk 4. Hit Boy has done Burn the Proof, which is my favorite Benny project. For those that just don't know, he just, or not just, but this is a Def Jam. This is his major label debut, I would say. And I might be wrong. Everybody Can't Go might be his. Let me, while I'm talking to everybody, let me just double check. Yeah, I think Everybody Can't Go is his major label debut. So, Burn the Proof, which is my favorite, and he's been at it, since for a long time. But Tana Talk 3 is when I first heard him. I think he sounds best with Alchemist and Hit Boy, so it makes sense that they're producing this album. He has Jadakiss on the album. He has Snoop on the album. He has Stove God on the album. He has Armani Caesar and a couple other guys, Rick Hyde, as well. So let's get into it. The first, let's start with the good. I think I like Benny the most when he's being actually reflective. I think Burden of Proof reminded me of In My Lifetime, Volume 1 a lot. I think he has songs like Braun, which is a good comparison to the Everybody Can't Go, where he wins the championship for the city, wins the championship for Buffalo. So he's done all he could do for Buffalo, and now it's his time to get out, and so he's comparing himself to Braun that way, where Braun grew up in Ohio, and then he went to Miami and then went to LA, and I could look at that for Benny. Like, he had a sound that he's known for, his producers that he's always worked with, and that Griselda sound, but he's starting to branch out and to do different stuff, and I feel that this album is that. Where and Braun is a good. I don't know if he was trying to shoot for that, but you also got the two LA producers teaming up with the kid, the small city or small town kid. So I like that comparison. It's great. Jermaine's Graduation is another dope one. He has the Everybody Can't Go, which is more of an R&B joint, but for me, Jermaine's Graduation, Braun, 1 Foot In, Griselda Express, and track number 5, where he's telling the story, the beat switches up, dope Alchemist beat, typical Alchemist beat, and so those I think his strengths are where he's more reflective. He's still giving you super bars, but he's more reflective. The bars are constructed in a way that he is sitting back enjoying his success, talking about he got shot and then he bounced back, and he's in his pocket in those type of songs. There are songs that I'm not a fan of. We're not talking about the bad. I talked about the good, but we're also going to talk about not the bad, but like the song with Snoop. He's super spitting. I just wasn't a fan of the hook. Same as the song Griselda Express, where I think all of them did an amazing job, but I just wasn't a fan of the hook. It seemed kind of choppy. I think this album, Everybody Can't Go is the perfect name for this album, because I think he mixes everything that he does well into one album. And so if you are a fan of the Tana Talk 3 Benny, he's not giving that to you here. If you're a fan of more of the Hit Boy production, he's not giving that to you here. He's giving it to you a little bit, and then he's mixing it up. Like I said, he had the R&B joint that didn't feel forced. The Snoop Dogg joint didn't feel forced. I just wasn't a big fan of like the hook. It would have been dope if Snoop would have spit on that. And then the joint with Stove God. When is the next Stove God project? What is going on? Like, what is going on? I mean, he has a classic. He's all over a lot of people's album, but he doesn't have his own body of work since that. And being a fan, just wanting to hear a great MC more. But yeah, I keep it, try to keep it short. I think Benny has grown up in front of us, even though he's probably my age, we're probably the same age, but just from Tana Talk 3 to now, it's not all guns and dope. It's really, you could tell that he's living successfully, and that he's more mature than what he was, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago, when we started really hearing about him and Griselda. And I rank this, I think I'm a bigger fan of Burn the Proof. I just like that coming out party. He seemed more confident. He seemed like he had something to prove. Here, it doesn't sound like he has something to prove. It seems like he wants to tell a story. He also wants to let everybody know that he's evolving in this album. Where Burn the Proof was, I don't have to do all these dope raps and drug raps. I'm gonna floss a little bit, and that was one of my favorite projects of the year. Where I think here is just he's evolved, and he might do other projects where it may sound different, or he might do an All Alchemist project, or where this is different. But I think he tried to give the fans a little bit of everything. Some Alchemist, some Hit Boy, and it shows there. Hit Boy especially, it shows where he could do beat wise. Hit Boy probably the last few years has been known for doing Nas projects, and people forget he also did Burn the Proof, and he also can do big records as well. He did watch a lot of joints on Watch the Throne. So, I think as far as rating, I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. And so I feel that there are really high moments, like I said, on this album. And then there are some moments that that it seemed like, a Def Jam album. And when I say that, it's not to throw Def Jam under the bus. It just feels like a big production. It feels like more of a, it doesn't feel like, the gritty, flossing, confident Benny. It feels like this is a very well produced, put together body of work, but it may not suit what you're looking for if you're a Benny fan for one thing or other, right? I think they try to curate and make a lot of people happy. And is this what makes him happy? I don't know. I felt Burden of Proof was something that was an album that he wanted to make, and I feel this is an album that maybe he wanted to make along with the label. So, he's still spitting on every song, rapping on every song. I just want to hear more reflection, and I want to hear more storytelling like he did on this album. I want to hear more of that. I want to hear more of just evolving from an artist standpoint, lyrically, where I think this he evolved as business and putting together something for everybody, rather than I'm gonna black out right now and I'm gonna make the best piece of music records that I can make. So that's just me rambling. I'm back full time. Beer Week starts on next Friday, so I will be doing a lot of beer reviews, a lot of beer stuff, on-site stuff. So can't wait about that. But until next time, you guys take care. Peace and love. I'm out.